Hi folks, Ben here at Lancasters. This is reaching out to you landlords, landlords of ours here at Lancasters, and I'm also going to open this video up so that other landlords around the country can tune in and have a look at it as well. This is by no means legal advice. This is just letting you know what we know so far, and hopefully you will find it helpful. So it is currently about 5 PM on Wednesday the 25th of March 2020. And just want to update you on what we know so far and how it may be affecting you. First of all, the good news that you just need to hold on to is that your tenants still have to pay their rent in full. There is no plans at all, even on the horizon, for that to ever change. There is plenty of help out there for your tenants should they need it, via government support directly to them, income support, subsidised wages, all of that stuff, but none of that is levied at you as a landlord, so you are not expected in any way, shape or form to give financial assistance to your tenants. All right, there's been no changes to the law, and nor is there any planned in any way, shape or form. All right. So just to sort of clear up a couple of bits, there is a little bit of noise out there about deferred rents. Just want to sort of cover off what that means and what your obligations are. One, you have no obligation to do it, so it's a good one to remember. Deferred rents is simply as some people are calling it rent holidays. Deferred rents is a far better, more accurate word for it. It is simply when a tenant pays a reduced rent for a period of time and then catches back up again. But just so you know, that is not an obligation. It's tackled on a case-by-case basis with your agreement, and it is not something your tenants are entitled to. It is just something that we will tackle on a case-by-case basis should that happen over time. But bearing in mind, it's only the 25th of March. We haven't even got to a payday yet for anybody to have missed. So this is really early days. I will actually run through an example of how deferred rent works in a minute, but it's something you really don't have to worry about yet, and it's certainly not something we're going to talk about en masse. Okay. So I just said there's no changes to the law. That's correct. There is no changes to the law whatsoever. There has been one proposed amendment to the Housing Act. So it's not a law; it's an act. Slight technicality there, but it is a small temporary adjustment to that. It's currently going through the House of Lords at the moment. It will be fast-tracked and I'm sure will be in very, very soon. And it runs from now until the end of September. It's only temporary. And basically what it does is you can go to parliament.uk and see the consultation paper for yourself. I've read it. It's 360 pages. I can't remember every word, but the most important thing that's relevant to you is that where previously you used to have to give tenants 2 months notice, that is now extended to 3 months notice. So when you had your Section 8s, your Section 21s, and your notices to quit, something to remember, that will catch a few people out over this time, giving tenants notice, it is now being extended from 2 months to 3 months. Housing Act stuff trumps any kind of private contract. So don't sit there thinking just because you've got a tenancy agreement that says you only need to give your tenants 2 months notice, not anymore. This trumps it. So regardless of any kind of private contract, private treaty stuff, that is now the case. Okay, so that is relevant to everybody. Just bear that in mind. Also, there's some people have considered some of the areas a little bit grey around maintenance. That is now very, very clear. Essential maintenance must still go ahead. So that is not only just obvious safety stuff, gas safety certificates, electrical stuff, leaks and all those kind of things inside the home. They must still go ahead. You have an obligation still to do them. We have an obligation to do them on your behalf. There is no point having a tenant self-isolating at home just in case they get coronavirus, then dying of carbon monoxide poisoning. So that is still an obligation. We still have to make sure all properties are fit for habitation, and if we ever want to try and use the due diligence defence, should you not do this, we must still be evidence, you must still be able to evidence you've taken all reasonable steps, okay? So just because a tenant happens to be poorly for a couple of weeks, when your gas safety happens to be due, you know, it isn't really a defence. There are ways we can get around that with access. I've sent a separate one of these videos. I'll produce another one of these for tenants. I'll make that available for you to be able to see as well. So look at the separate link for that one. You'll be able to see what advice we are giving to them, and that is let us in, let us in, let us in. You know, it's all going to go ahead, okay? Another thing just to bear in mind, I know that you're all just people. Most landlords aren't multi-millionaires sat there with a massive property portfolio. Most of them are just normal guys and girls. And you've got your own financial worries. So much like the advice to tenants is to always engage with us and talk to us about their concerns, and we'll always proactively heading that off as well. If any of you are concerned about your financial situation, and you've got, you know, buy-to-let mortgages and all those things, the first thing you must do is engage with your lenders. Talk to them. It's really, really important that you don't just bury your heads and hope that it will catch up and go away. There is not a lender or institution in the land who will be super strict right now. Nobody wants to be that guy or girl. Just engage, talk to them. It's super important. You just keep talking to them. Another thing just to touch on is rent guarantee insurance. There are some companies out there who are changing sort of terms and conditions. Our company that we use are great. We went for a professional institution to start with, professional company to start with, so we don't have anything to worry about with those. If you have rent guarantee insurance, so long as this is all handled properly, then all indications are, we've never had to claim on it, but all the early indications are that it is all robust and fit for purpose, so you don't have to worry about that. But if you're not with one of ours, you might want to go and check your terms, because there are a lot of slightly flimsier policies out there who are already turning over and saying no. So if you're not with one of our rent guarantees insurance, go check it out. Also, zero deposit schemes. I've been on my soapbox in the past about zero deposits. We do not do a zero deposit scheme for very, very good reasons, which I won't bore you with now. They are not in the landlord's best interest, and we work for the landlord. Why would I want a tenant in your property who can't afford a basic deposit? This is really coming home to roost now. What the industry is finding out is that most of them, although they refer to themselves as similar to an insurance product, they're not. They're actually rent guarantee products. Technical difference between a guarantee and an insurance is an insurance is underwritten by an underwriter who is there should the company fail. A guarantee is only offered by the individual company. So there are plenty of zero deposit companies out there who said, don't worry, we'll step in should your tenant default, who are now going, what's that? You know, there's a chance of a large scale people defaulting here. I am running for the hills. So another reason why, if your landlord ever pushes you, if your letting agent ever pushes you, landlords who aren't with us, ever pushes you towards a zero deposit scheme, it's because they're earning out of it. It's not good. Avoid it, in my opinion. Sorry if you're a zero deposit company out there. Don't try and sue me. It's only my personal opinion, not a reflection of Lancasters as a company. But I wouldn't touch it with a barge pole, and I would question anybody's motives who are pushing you in that direction. I suspect strongly, I know, that these companies are paying agents commission to refer them, not because it's the best thing for the landlord. Anyway, that over. As with ever, the running theme throughout all of these at the moment is communication is key. If you're at all concerned, contact us. All of our landlords have all of our normal contact details. Telephone number 01983 249525. Email address is lettings@lancasters.org. Contact us. We're here to help. It's times like this that a good agency shines. And yes, we're all working from home, rather casual, I know. But we are a family business who really care, and we are here to help. The glamorous assistant behind the camera with my cue cards is Alexis, our property manager, who will no doubt be picking up your calls. We are big enough to cope, small enough to care, and all that. And we will update you again soon as we know more. All right, thank you.